This is a hip open close mobilization for, you may have guessed it, the hip. Obviously, a very important component in dealing with low back pain is, in fact, addressing the mobile hip underneath it. For this one, starting with the power plate, like this for stability, having the hand of the stabilization leg attached to the power plate, meaning we're going to be working the one on the outside. The big thing to focus on here is, while maintaining upright, good posture from the side, to then keep this leg stable, to then bring the opposite leg up to 90 degrees. I'm trying to reach where I could have this parallel to the floor, balance a cup of water on this right here without my low back excessively arching to do so, really just starting in hip flexion from here. Then, while maintaining this parallel to the ground, this stable glass position, I am then going to move and open my hip up out to the side to where I feel like that end range of motion is in the ball and socket of the femur in the acetabulum itself. From here, we're just going to then put it down, let it touch the ground, real quick tap, come back up to that same position that it ended at, and then we're going to finish that movement out by closing the gate and then resetting. Then you're going to repeat that for reps. The thing and the compensation to avoid here is that as you're doing this, you're coming up, then as you start moving through here, the leg starts to dip down. Really try and emphasize keeping the leg up here. Sometimes I will put an actual little open hand, like I'm holding a cup of water, to make sure that I'm still doing that throughout the motion and not letting it drop down. Other times I will also feel the ball and socket joint itself as I'm moving through that range of motion. Additionally, I like to imagine two little laser pointers coming off the front of my hips here, or my anterior superior iliac spines, the hip bones in front, and they are shooting both evenly touching the wall in front. So as I'm doing this movement, I am not then twisting in those hips to all of a sudden start spraying, pointing to the camera, shooting elsewhere. Again, I'm staying completely lined up to the wall in front of me as I'm doing this motion, moving throughout, coming down, back up, closing. And that should be a sensation or the mobilization that you feel in that actual ball and socket of the hip itself. For training wheels for this, it may be rudimentary, but it could be a good place for you to start to learn, is to actually put your body up against a wall to try and discourage cheating as you do the movement. What that would look like doesn't really matter a whole lot where your foot starts. It shouldn't be obviously like where you're leaning way back into it relatively underneath you. Same cues, trying to stay stacked, good posture from the side. From here, without letting my hips twist on the wall behind me, I'm going to raise that leg up, and then as much as I can, without letting my body twist into it, losing balance, falling, I'm going to focus on just moving at that hip joint, keeping the hips pointing straight forward in line with my shoulders. Then when I reach the end range of motion, just setting the leg down, tapping, coming back up in that same position, closing the gate, and then coming back down. As a hip open close, a good way to start to progress it, but as you feel comfortable with that movement, you can obviously do it free form without a wall necessarily.